Well, a few thoughts now on a country changing. Certainly the United States is no longer a sanctuary nation, certainly not the one the Bush and Obama administrations tried to create. President Trump's executive orders and his policies have been influential in cutting illegal immigration by as much as 70% over the past 2 months. And now the Trump administration is making preliminary funding for the border wall a top budgetary priority. Mr. Trump tweeted this today, saying, quote, "The wall is a very important tool in stopping drugs from pouring into our country and poisoning our youth and many others. If the wall is not built, which it will be, the drug situation will never be fixed the way it should be." Attorney General Jeff Sessions pointing to the economic benefits of a secure border.
It will save us billions of dollars because the numbers of people that are coming will be reduced dramatically. The amount of drugs entering our country will be reduced. The number of people we are housing in detention centers will be declining. We're going to get people out of the country to these countries that aren't taking them back after they're due to be deported. It's going to save us hundreds of millions, billions of dollars.
And look at some of the devastating costs. Each year, Mexican drug cartels rake in $64 billion in profits from the sale of heroin, methamphetamines, and other drugs in this country. Latin American drug cartels now blame for the unprecedented 52,000 plus drug overdose deaths in this country during 2015 alone. Escalating threats now from MS-13 gang members crossing into this country. The Trump administration appears likely to designate MS-13 as a transnational terrorist organization. There are now thousands of the gang members located in 40 states as a result of lax immigration and border enforcement over the past decade. The White House wants $1.5 billion in the new spending bill for the wall. Attorney General Sessions says we could pay for that wall by eliminating $4 billion a year in inappropriate, sometimes fraudulent, refundable tax credits going to illegal immigrants. $4 billion a year. The cost of open borders has reached outrageous proportions, and it would be rising even further if Americans hadn't elected Donald Trump to the presidency, in part to build that wall that he promised. And if the Dems are willing to shut down the government, to leave our borders open to the drug cartels to smuggle methamphetamines, marijuana, cocaine, and heroin, to smuggle hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants into the country, to permit terrorists to cross that border unimpeded, then the Dems are doomed to perpetual irrelevance, in my opinion, and everlasting shame for leaving our great nation defenseless. Our quotation of the evening, this one from Attorney General Sessions, who said, quote, "Donald Trump is right. We need to figure out a way to end this cycle of hostility that's putting this country at risk, costing us billions of dollars in defense and creating hostility that should not exist. The wall is a multiplier, in my judgment, of force and the most efficient protection for our country, that barrier along the border with Mexico. It's time to build it." We're coming right back.